Hello everybody, welcome back to another Phoenix Wright video. Rachel here. We are now on the third one of the trilogy, Trials and Tribulations. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories. Phoenix? Five years earlier, Mia Fey, second trial. April 11th, 9:40 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. It's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grossberg. Look at me, I'm relaxed. I'm sorry, it's just I'm so nervous. Actually, this is my second time in court. I just found out yesterday about the case, I mean. Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have, I think. Try to keep some... Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Wright? Right, Mr. Wright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you are truly innocent, I promise I'll save you. That's right, he's the one on trial, not you. He's the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. Yeah, I'm reading Mia out now instead of Phoenix, because, obviously. My name's Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then. Well, here I am again, but this time I'm gonna win. For my client and for myself. Phoenix. Phoenix is the client. Interesting. April 11th, 10 a.m., District Court, Court 2. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Payne looks like a dork. Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem? Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Grossberg had a bit of an emergency. Yes, well... Don't let him scare you, Mia. Give me your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor, I think. Well, Phoenix knows how that feels. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? An unusual death. Huh? A what? Stand up to me and show them what you're made of. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to read the whole file. Hemorrhoids. Ew, dude! Court record. I think I can see that by pressing tab. Or, yeah. Yes, sir. I'll do just that. I gotta stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay, let's just take a look. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution. What's that? What do you mean? I really don't like this guy's smug attitude. Evidence? Yes, sir. Into old Graybeard's face. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman here. It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection. Ooh, wow, he is sick. I could technically read what he says out too, though, because I'm usually Phoenix, but not this time. Whew. Looks like the judge understands. Huh? And that would be? Oh, this is like a tutorial of sorts, like the first game had it with Phoenix's first case. What does he mean by that? Is he saying a testimony just now? There was a contradiction? Please, Mr. Wright, tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Well, we know what Phoenix becomes, so he obviously gets off. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with. But that doesn't sound right. If you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Well, Mr. Wright? I don't see it on the back of his shirt. Objection! Are you certain you saw the Union Jack? Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing on the victim's back. I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body, but if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You'd have no idea at all what he was wearing under the jacket. Mr. Wright, you've been lying to me. Well, Phoenix is terrifying. Let him. The P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyway. I can't believe I trusted him. He's all wrong. Uh-oh, did I go too far? Hey, wait. He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case?
Objection!
Yes, but even I've got a bottle of that in my apartment. What? Not really. This is really bad. Okay, enough with the hemorrhoids, dude. Ew. I mean, they happen, but I didn't need to know that. Okay. Yeah. Sorry about that. Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies.
Hold it!
Was it Mr. Swallow who indicated you should meet at 2:45? What do I do? Maybe you should ask for some more details. I was wondering if you could tell us more about the English, about the pharmacology department. A little bit earlier in the testimony, you said something interesting. You said that the department uses strange machines that run on high-voltage electricity. High-voltage cables. Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. On the day of the incident, what do you do for lunch exactly? You can never be too sure. I'm sorry, I just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. So how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Your Honor, I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard till now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died. Of course I know that. As for the cause of death, I'd say the picture captures it quite well. But there... Well, naturally, right here. A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor? Remember the testimony we've heard. The machines the pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high-voltage cables strung up everywhere. Yes, the high-voltage cable is the cause of death. That's the most likely explanation. Don't toy with me, old man. That doesn't mean shit. You mean... Oh, please. Mr. Grossberg? No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright's innocent. Your Honor. Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. It's alright, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me. No matter what you have to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. Mr. Wright? That doesn't mean he meant to kill the guy. You could shove people by accident. And things happen by accident. Yes. Thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did shove the victim. Enough about your rights, dude. Jeez. Yeah, but that doesn't mean it was intentional. That's true, even a doofus like him wouldn't miss that. Yes, sir. Give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that'll prove it. A loud noise? And what would you say the loud noise was?
Objection!
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading dangerous ground here. Mr. Wright, the loud noise you heard might be extremely important. So try to remember what it was. What could it have been? Hurry, tell us. Oh, if he fell on it, it could break it. This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it's important. No, this cheap and bell is more important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into testimony. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning? I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole. The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was shoved by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive.
Objection!
According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have blown there by the wind. Gotcha. Let me guess, you have another witness. God, this guy is such a pain in my ass. He was back then, too, in the first Phoenix Wright game. Bad news. Couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. April 11th, 11:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby 3. Poor Phoenix. It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright. But... why do you think that? Huh? Love your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne? Looks interesting, that's for certain. Bottle, huh? Nothing. I'll hold that thought. Anyway, so after you started dating? By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you met Dahlia, first met her 8 months ago, it wouldn't happen to have been August 27th, would it? This happened on August 27th, right here in the courthouse. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grossberg. I need to finish this myself. Thank you. Yeah, you better. Because honestly, I'm sick of hearing about your roids. I guess so. That research sure seemed longer than 20 minutes. April 11th, 12:13 p.m. District Court, Court 2. What's with the stiff silence? I can't believe he just said that. I love how they look at me when they're saying that. If we may move on now, what is your name and occupation? Well, we know whose milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Oh god, the reference to that song. She's gonna be a tough one. It only took 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. According to you, he didn't do anything wrong. That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow us to continue. Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. Yes, we bet before, once. Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girlie. Are you saying the victim just collapsed on his own? In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right? If I press it for no good reason, I know the judge will get mad. What should I do now? Feeble lies are not very becoming. Let's drop the axe, shall we? Now then, Miss Hawthorne. The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, shove the victim. There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if he came out and told us the whole truth. Looks like we're finally getting somewhere. Okay, that didn't ding me. But let me... I goofed. I meant to do... this. Instead.
Objection!
You said you didn't hear anything usual, yes? That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright, and he clearly testified to the fact that when he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp... let me try it again. He heard a sharp, loud noise. If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise?
Objection!
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was like a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. Thunder and lightning, huh? Wait a second, Mia. This testimony just now. She said something that would change this. Your Honor, there is a problem with the testimony. Didn't you notice she said there was lightning, correct? Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right? Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible the victim died from being hit by lightning? Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered, but that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt. Alright, you did it, Mia. You're taking that guy guilty if you don't mind. Oh, what do you see here? Oh my god, this guy's annoying. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Your Honor? I don't like how this is looking. I have to come up with something to try to regain momentum. I'd like to state its opinion.
Take that!
Your Honor, first thing back to Mr. Wright's testimony. He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct? The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right into Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage.
Objection!
I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. Take a good look at where the victim was. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right, the victim banged into that pole as a result of being shoved. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. Oh, the lamentations of enemy. How long have you feared? What the? This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Yeah, it's absolute bullshit. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. So that's why he basically lied to the court. Of course he won't. Of course he... The judge better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. Oh. I didn't know that was... Okay. Hold on one moment. I thought I heard a doorbell. Oh, for fuck's sake. It wasn't a doorbell. It was the game again. Jeez, I need to watch my... get ears. That's enough, witness. You will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m. My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered the power outage due to the cable snapping? Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. Even you can't deny the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. There's only one person it could have been. Only after my client had left the scene was there a window of opportunity for the real one. Finally time, this is what I've been waiting for. Yes, we are.
Take that!
It could only have been you, Dahlia. 10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the people dearest to you. Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did see them fighting that day. However, after Mr. Wright shoved the victim and left, it was you who shoved him to his death with your own hands. Phoenix? What? Are you daft? Oh, Mr. Grussberg, you're back. Thank you, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you killed Doug Swallow, but you tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. The answer to that lies in this report, it must be. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement of this building. And then, the same day, Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Dahlia Hawthorne about the events of the day when she first met Phoenix Wright.
Objection!
The witness claims she had no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence to suggest she in fact had a very good reason. Get ready for the fight of your life, Dahlia. And now we enter the final act of this little drama. The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. I'm not talking about him, I'm talking about you. What's a literature student doing in a courthouse reading room? I'd better tread carefully. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a more important reason? 8 months ago, right here, there was another tragedy. And I just went along with it because I skipped too fast. The name of the suspect in that incident is listed in the report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case 8 months ago. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Oh my god, enough with the fucking hemorrhoids! I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison at your boyfriend's lab. That's right, up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow, and if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow is a pharmacology student at Ivy University. His lab contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his table, you. What is it, Miss Hawthorne? He's right, they mentioned that in the report. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small. She got me on that one. police conducted a full search of her in the entire courthouse. And yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime.
Take that!
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you gave it to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Phoenix Wright, of course. Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago, August 27th. The same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. And for the purpose of hiding the piece of evidence that would give her away. No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount.
Objection!
Oh, not again. Mr. Wright again. Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Mr. Wright, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is because she was not and is not in love with you all. The only thing she's after is that necklace you love to wear around your neck. Back in the waiting room, you said it yourself. For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... Yeah! Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I think so. Where is he? Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. What are we supposed to do now? Mr. Wright, what did you do with the necklace? Just give it back. You what? Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you okay? Does your stomach hurt? This bottle you swallowed may have had poison left in it. How can you be so sure? Objection! No, there must be some mistake. That bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or it lost its potency. Why? If you didn't have to prove so much, she's gonna get away with this? Phoenix again. Mr. Wright? Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? Is it true? Did you really say that? What? If you put together with Mr. Wright's testimony, there's only one conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison the night before she killed Doug Swallow. Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Yeah, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore... there was one person standing in her way, and that was... Miss Phoenix Wright. Well, it's true that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that could have been. Poor Mr. Wright, this must be killing him. Hang in there, I'll bring her to justice, I swear. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right, the bottle necklace, that's all she cared about. 8 months ago, just after the fall of the attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing: how to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. It was a pretty good move she made. The evidence was missing for a long time. There was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to give it back, or return it to her. To him, the bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met. Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. Ooh, she looks different now. It appears we're nearing the end of the trial. You are a criminal, Hawthorne. I can't let her get away this time. The ultimate prize? If I mess up, my career is done. To be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence. With even so, I'd rather lose my badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Just one? I understand. She's planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there. Here it is. The evidence that'll prove the guilt once and for all. If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned. Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X, and then poisoned it knowing he was going to take some. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence? 8 months ago, the poison was hidden in a bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room, my client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right, she did the same thing this time. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That's when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poison bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out a plan to kill Mr. Wright. Yes, she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him, for good. Unfortunately, that's when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left, came back to check on him. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some other students showed up. It's hard to wonder if she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence the same way. She had someone else hold it. This case, Doug Swallow. I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, the cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate your necklace. Now it's your turn to prove you're innocent. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us. I dare you to take some of the medicine. Whew. Finally. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Would you care to try the cold medicine? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... So if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here, right?
Objection!
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer, show the rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for her? Are you willing to bet your life? So that's where his hair went. Don't lie, just admit you were wrong. Yes, Your Honor? Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. Oh, God, will you quit it with the hemorrhoids? Mr. Grossberg, could you maybe think you could stop talking about them? No, it's gross. Mia, thank you, Mia, for saying that. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. What? Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her for your own sake. Also, you need to relax. Try to grow up a little. Ugh, what kind of company does this guy keep? That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department. I see. Mr. Wright, I'm still doing this myself, but I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. You do. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend, but Mia had passed to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some precious ones. And memories I thought would never come to the surface again. Mia's gone now, but even so I can hear her in my mind. "5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom, but that's a story for another day." Yay! Huh, episode... That was kind of fun. It was interesting being in the control of Mia instead of Phoenix. Anyway, that was Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations Episode 1. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time with whatever. Bye!